back to a new video here on this channel, the Cozy Coloring Corner. So yeah, it's that time of the month again where we can make our favorite video, and that's the finished pages video. Most colorists really enjoy that video, making it and watching it of other colorists. I definitely do. I already watched a couple of videos from you guys. Lovely works. I've seen some lovely works already. So, and today I was like, you know what, I have time. I'm gonna make my finished pages video. In fact, no, I made time. I have to be honest about it. I made time. And that's because this Friday I need surgery. So I'm probably not gonna be making videos for at least the next 2 to 3 weeks because I'm very, very busy with recovering. There's nothing major, but well, you know, no, it's nothing major. It's not like a really big thing, but still, you know, I do need to recover from it, and that also means that I cannot make videos. So I was like, no, I need to make this video today, or else it's just not gonna happen. So yeah, let's have a look for April and for May, because I did not make a video in April. I just didn't color that much. I only had 4 pages, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna make an April-May video because then I have a little bit more to show you guys. So for April, colored, well, 0 whips, and that's because I decided to have my focus mainly on all of my uncolored books. So that's the first thing that I'm gonna do this year. I'm gonna try to color all of my uncolored books, and it would really, really, really help if I would stop buying new books, because every new book is also an uncolored book. So I'm trying. There are just so many good new books out there. It just makes it extremely difficult. And I have a list of books I still really want to buy, and I'm not buying it right now because I want to color all of my uncolored books. But that doesn't mean that I didn't buy anything, because I did. I bought 4 books in April, and May was even worse, but we're gonna have a look at that later. But when it comes to uncolored books, I colored 2 pages, and I colored 1 page in my project book by Maria Trollem, Botanicum. And in total, I only colored 4 pages in April. And in May, I wrote it down here. Again, I did 0 whips because my attention is to the uncolored books. I colored in 4 uncolored books, so that's pretty well done, I think. 1 page again in my project book. I mean, that's just gonna be it, you know. If I'm ever going to color 2 pages in 1 month in my project book, that would be something. To be honest, I only think that I'm gonna color 1 book page each month, because then I want to color something else, you know. I bought 7 books, and I colored 7 pages. I mean, that's funny because I bought 4 books here and I colored 4 pages, and here I bought 7 books and I colored 7 pages. Okay, that's funny. So yeah, let's have a look at those pages at the moment. So I'm gonna keep this here because then at least I know what I used. So let's start in April. In April, I started right in Botanicum, my project book, and I did this page. Let me see if it's nicely in frame. It is. So I did this one, and this one is colored with my luminance pencils, and I use some the sparkle pens from Spectrum Noir in the background. So yeah, that is sparkly. you can see. I don't know if you can see it, if the camera picks it up. But yeah. And the rest is just luminance pencils. I really like my bow, and I like my bunny, the color of the bunny. Yeah, I think it's a cute page. Actually, I'm pretty pleased with it. It's not my best work, but it's definitely not my worst work. Yeah, I like it. It's a pretty simple page. Nothing special, you know. I do like to use mainly just pencil on most coloring pages that I use. But yeah, I like that. So the Spectrum Noir, by the way, the sparkle pens did bleed through a little bit to this page over here. Just a little bit of ghosting over here, but it's not a lot. But do keep that in mind if you use them. They do bleed through pretty easily, and especially like a darker color, because this is like a very pale pink. But I also have dark colors, and you really have to be careful with them. So yeah, I don't really have that much to say about this page. You know, it's just like one of those pages that you're like, yeah, that's nice, you know. So yeah, that's what I colored in April in my project book. And I'm also going to show you guys already what I colored in May, because then I, you know, don't have to keep the book separate, and I don't have that much room around me. So in May, well, of course, we had Mermaid. So that means I had to color a mermaid. And there was only one mermaid in this book, and that's this one. So, yeah, for this one, I used, let me have a sneak peek. I used watercolor paints in the background, granulating watercolors from Schmincke. Super granulating watercolors, I believe they are called. The pencil work is done with Prisma. And some white Posca for the dots and everything. And some gel pen for the border. If you can see it sparkly. I do like those gel pens. So yeah, and that's it. I don't have that much again to say about this one. Do I like it? It's a meh. You know, it's just, I don't really like the page itself, the way it's been drawn and all of that. You know, it's not my favorite page from the book. Let's leave it at that. So because of that, I really colored it because yeah, it's a mermaid. That's the reason why I picked this page, and I really wanted to color something else than flowers. I colored a lot of flowers already in this book, and I wanted to do something else. But yeah, it's just not my favorite page again. No, it's not. But I do like the orange and the blue. I mean, that's the wonderful color combination. And it's not bad, but it's not great either. But I also think that's because I just don't like the drawing itself. So yeah, so that's what I colored in my project book for May and April. Then back to April. I also colored finally in Walk in the Woods by Leila Dali. I have this book for such a long time. I can actually look it up when I bought it. Let me look it up. Because I don't know if I guys ever showed you guys this. Because so here I write down everything that I colored and keep some stats and all that. But in the back, I have an entire catalog of all of the coloring books that I own. Right here. And so these are all the books that I own, and there are a lot of pages. And each book gets a number, and each colored square is a finished page. And if you see half a square, it means it's a WIP. So and I also write down when I purchased the book. And in this case, this is book number 47. So here we have 47, Walk in the Woods, Leila Dali, and I bought it in July of 2024. So I have this book already, well, 2 years, and I still hadn't colored in it. And I really wanted to make a change in all of that. So I decided to just do it. Just do it. And I did. And this book is huge. I need a little bit more room. I need a little bit more room. So, yeah. Now it's in frame. I did this one and it's completely done with watercolors. Completely done with watercolors. I used, watercolors and some white gouache. Yeah, I also used some white gouache on it, and that's it. And I do like what I've done with it. I do like the end results. Certain things I wish I'd done a little bit different. I wish I used a little bit less saturated blue. I mean, this is quite in your face, this blue. Could have been a little bit softer, I think. But then again, I do think it's a pretty color of blue. And in some cases, I wished I darkened my shadows a little bit more, like over here and over here. Those shadows should be a little bit darker, I think. But other than that, I really like the end results. These white flowers and the leaves. I really like my leaves, how I did that. And it's just done with watercolors and nothing else. So, yeah. It's always difficult to shade with watercolors on on paper that's not watercolor paper. I do think sometimes that's difficult because you don't want to go through the paper. But it did not bleed through at all. I mean, the paper just held it up perfectly. So, and this book is finally colored in. I'm so happy with that because it is a gorgeous book. And when it came out, I quickly knew that I wanted to color in that book. But yeah, I still hadn't. Now I have. Next one is a very simple one. It's by Jane Madej, Friends Forever, Cutie Cozy coloring book. I just like I said, April wasn't my coloring month. I didn't have that much time, and I also didn't really have that much inspiration. But I still wanted to color something, and when I have that, I go for my Cute and Cozy books and start coloring the easy, straight way, just block coloring. Like I said, it's a very simple page, done with alcohol markers. I do like the color palette. It's not too bright, but lovely page, very cute book. We do have some I see, and that's from the sleeves from his sweater. We do have some yellowing here, and that's a certain color in my Ohuhu. I have the Ohuhu Kala line. I believe it's the Ohuhu Kala line. Anyways, there's one color in that set that yellows extremely badly, and I do think that we can see it on the other side. No, we don't. Oh, I'm so happy about that. But yeah, you have to be extremely careful with this color. It's a little bit of a ginger color. I do like it. It's a very, very warm color. I like the color, but it yellows extremely badly. So that's a little bit too bad. But yeah, simple page. Do like it. And let me say, last one for April is Hannah Carlson's Castle book. I'm just gonna call it the Castle book or Castle of Ruins book because, yeah, I do believe that we already have an English title. What the English version is gonna be called, but for now, it's just gonna be the Castle book by Hannah Carlson. So when I did this one, the tower, and what I use is Inktense in the background and my drawing pencils by Derwent drawing pencils. And to be honest, I don't really like it. I'm not a huge fan of this one. I'm not. I really wanted to create a little bit of a dramatic background because, you know, if and boring colored. So I wanted to create a pretty dramatic sky. That's really what I wanted to accomplish. And I do think that the color selection I did is really, really nice. But it's so streaky. And that's like my problem that I have with Inktense. It's just so streaky. When I do big backgrounds like this one, you know, big spaces, then it just never really turns out the way I want it to. So I do like the color combination, like from the yellow into the orange and then into the blue, but I do not like how it looks. You know, the fact that it's so streaky. And then we have the pencil work. It's okay. You know, I try to give it like a glow of like a sunrise or something like, or sunset, whatever you want. You know, on the building over here. I don't know. It just somehow it just did not came out. You know, I don't like really my birds. There are a lot of things I don't really like about it. And I wish I did some things a little bit different. I do like my door. That's actually something I do like. But yeah, I don't know. It's just no. It's not a work, but well, sometimes you have works that when you're finished, you're really proud of it. And this is just not one of them. I do think I can do better, and I'm going to try to do better in this book. I am going to try to do better in this book. So yeah. But anyways, this is what I colored in my first page in the new Hannah Carlson in April. So these are all the pages that I colored in April and one from May. And now we're gonna have a look at May. And May, of course, is also known as Mermay. So I really tried to participate in it this year by coloring in total 4 mermaids. So one you already seen in Botanicals. The other one that I colored, or one of the others that I colored, is in Blossomia. And there's this beautiful page of a mermaid, and it's this one. Now, this is a page I do like. I'm really proud of this one. I really like how it came out. So for this page, I used watercolors in... Really? No, I did not. I did not use watercolors in this one. No, I remember I did. So first what I did is I colored everything with my Chromaflows. I remember how I did it. And then I really wanted to make this look like it's on the water. So the colors changes a little bit, and that's when I went over with a little bit of very, very diluted watercolor. It's extremely diluted, you can hardly see it, but it does give this effect of on the waterness, I think. At least, I think I did a pretty good job. I really like her top. how I colored that. And her hair, the tail. I even used some glitter on her tail. And also on the top. Yes, you can see it. So yeah, I really like the color combinations. I just really like this page. I'm really proud of this page. And I do have to say, it's a very smooth paper in this book, but I do like it. It works. The chroma flows work really, really well on it. So yeah, I had no problems with it. I do like the paper in this book. It's almost, it feels a little bit like if you ever felt like a very smooth Bristol paper, it feels a little bit like that, like a very smooth Bristol paper. So yeah, it's nice. I don't think it's very suitable for watercolors because like I said, I used a very, very thin layer, and that's about it. That it could take. I don't think I could actually have done this page with just watercolors. Just so. But yeah, it's a pretty page. I do like it. So that's the first one I did in May. And then we went for some very, very easy coloring. I went for another mermaid, this time in Camilla Angelkova's 50 Spellbound Woodland Scenes book. And it's been a while since I colored the Camilla Angelkova, and that's one of the reasons why I picked this book. I really wanted to color something from her, and I remembered that there was something with a mermaid in this book. So, picked this book and I did this one. Very, very simple page. It's an alcohol marker. It's alcohol markers with some glitter, and yeah, that's about it. I don't know if you can see the glitter. Yes, you can. There's also some glitter here on these mushrooms, but I don't think you can actually see that. No. But I do like the end results. The water is, it's okay. I don't really love it, but it's good enough. And this is just like one of those pages that I do to relax, I like to color something like this, just to relax and don't really fuss about shadow or light and all that. If I want to edit, I do it like I did on the tree. And the leaves over here. If I don't, I don't. And I also, by the way, use some paint pen for flowers. Yeah, that's it. It's, like I said, again, a page that I don't have that much to say about. Oh, I do. I remember now. So this looks a little bit weird, but I actually thought I would do her hair red. And then I did a little bit of red, and I instantly regret it. Instantly. I was like, no red. Especially not with the pink that I used. I mean, I don't really like that color combination. So I tried to erase it a little bit with my blender pen, make it a little bit more muted. And then went over with some darker browns and made her hair blonde. But you can still see the red. I mean, red is just such a strong color. It's extremely difficult to fix that. Really, really difficult. But yeah, that's about it. So that's Camilla Angelkova. And then we have another very, very easy page that I did. Also a mermaid. And it's from Whimsical World, the big book by Molly Harrison. And I did this page. She actually has a lot of mermaids in this book. A lot of mermaids. But I picked this one because of the octopus. I really like the octopus. And this one is done completely with paint pens and gel pens and a little bit of sparkle pens from Spectrum Noir. But yeah, so most of it that you see here are paint pens, and well, the background is a little bit streaky. I used, let me see if I can remember, my Tule Art brush pens. I used my Tule Art brush pens, and I really tried, to blend a little bit with it. Um, and it's a pretty okay blend, I think. But the rest is just plain old coloring. And I also have some, it's from Ranger. It's like, you can create like pearl droplets with it. And I tried to do that over here. But I accidentally touched it. And now all of the pearl drops are flat. So that's a little bit of a shame. So her crown is done with gel pens, really nice sparkly gel pens, and the border is done with a sparkle pen from Spectrum Noir. Yeah, and the rest is all paint pen. So it's a fun page. It was really fun to just color with my paint pens in a book, because I don't really do that much. So it's a different experience. Yeah, so here you can really see how badly a Spectrum Noir sparkle pen bleed through. So that's that. And then we go to another page I'm so proud of. I'm really proud of this one. It's in Dragonspell by Joseph Gettenbang, and I bought this book last year in August, and I finally completed a page in it, and it's this one. I'm so proud of this one. So this is the page that I completed, and let me try, because there are a lot of pencil layers on this one, so it's a little bit waxy. So I'm just gonna keep it up here like this, or else this part just always just too much glare over here. But for this one, I used my luminance pencils, some white Bic pens, and watercolor. Yeah, watercolor in the background. I used by White Knight. They have this wonderful set of granulating watercolors, and it's lovely. Really, really lovely, the effects that you can get. I also used it on this page already. I did already the background, as you can see, and I really like the granulating effects of this one. So very unique colors. I'm gonna keep this page, and I'm thinking about coloring this one in September, October, November, something like that. But this one I finished in May, and I'm so proud of it. I love my dragon. I absolutely love it. Love my flowers and the trees in the background, and yeah, I don't really have any complaints about it. I really love it. The only thing I did do is, by the end, that's something I always struggle with when it comes to mythographic books. They always have, like here, and usually in the corners, or it's down here, down in the pages, or some up in the pages, some extremely fine, tiny details, and in this case, leaves. Lots of tiny little leaves. And I don't know where one leaf starts and the other one ends. I have no idea. So I just grabbed a very dark green, and I just covered it up, because I could not be bothered with it. I don't like that. Those extremely tiny details, I don't like that, because I can't really color it in a very good way or something. Like, yeah, I can't really color it in a good way. So I always cover it up. But yeah, love this page. Really proud of what I've done here. And I don't believe I actually shared it on Instagram. I should put it on Instagram, but I haven't done that yet. I will. So yeah, you can actually find me on Instagram for those that don't know. It's cozy.coloringcorner. Yeah, at cozy.coloringcorner. That's my Instagram tag, or what do you call it? Address. What is it? Okay, then I also colored in the seasonal book by Maria Trolle. In Dutch, I have the Dutch version. It's called Jaargetijden. And I promised myself I would color in this book each season. So each season I want to color one page. Now, so I started with spring. And I picked this one. The boot. I really like the boot. And I colored this page with my Pablos and some gelatos here for the background. I haven't really used my gelatos that much yet, and I really want to use them. I don't know. You know, there's definitely a learning curve, I think. So I'm not gonna say if I like them, yes or no, but because there's still like a learning curve, I think. But for now, I think it's a little bit streaky, and I don't really like that. So, yeah, that's just me. But the rest is done with my Pablos pencils, and I do like that. Yeah, it's a cute page. It's a cute page. I really wanted to go for a very natural vibe, but still, you know, with some pretty bright colors in it, because it is spring, and I do think that, you know, you want to have some bright colors in spring. So I went for a yellow and blue roof. But her clothing I made very soft, you know. Yeah, and that's about it. Again, you know, I don't really have that much to say about it. Yeah. But I do like it. I like this page. It's cute. And for the summer, I'm actually thinking about to do the ice cream, because in each season she has something like this, like a boot, or in summer I believe it's, let me see if I can find it. It's an ice cream cart. Yeah. So I'm thinking about doing this one for summer, but I also really like this one. So don't know yet. But I'm thinking about doing this one, and then for the fall I'm gonna do the pumpkin boot, and then for the winter I'm going to do the Christmas boot. And then I have done all of the boots in this book, so I thought that would be fun, you know, because it's something that, you know, each season has. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. But yeah, it's a fun book, you know. It's like a very easy, relaxing coloring, you know, in this book. Sometimes it's a lot of fun. And then the last, I did a page in Angela Harding, and I'm gonna zoom you guys in because it's a very small book. It's a very small book. So yeah, I'm just gonna put this one on a little bit up. This is, oh come on. Yeah. So this is very simple coloring, believe it or not. And I know it's not cute and cozy, but it's very simple coloring, and that's because all of the texture and depth is already. And the only thing that she really does is when she's done with her, I believe it's vinyl cutting that she does. When she's done with that, and she printed her artwork on paper, the only thing that she really does is give it a watercolor wash. And then the artwork is done. And that's exactly what I've done here. I did the hairs. And the only thing I did, I put some watercolor pencils on top of it and gave it a wash. and then this is the end result, and I really like it. I don't think you don't have to add shadows or highlights or anything like that, you know. I really like the end results. Yeah, I did play a little bit with different tones of green and for the grass just to make it a little bit more interesting. But yeah, it's a very fun, quick color. So this took me, I think, an hour, a little bit more, hour and a half, something like that, and then I was done. So yeah, it's just not difficult to color, and I really like that. You know, to have something this simple, and also, you know, I really think it's pretty effective. You know, I like the end results. So yeah, that's what I've done in Angela Harding's Countryside Coloring Book. So, and that's it. That's all of the pictures that I colored for April and May. Now we will see what I'm gonna color in June. If I recover a little bit quickly enough, I might actually get a chance to color quite a bit because I'm gonna be home for at least 3 weeks. So yeah, if not, I'm probably not gonna color that much in June at all. Maybe not at all. I am actually working on a page right now, so I maybe I have some whips by the end of the month. But if that's the case, you know, that I really didn't get a chance to color anything, I'm probably not gonna make a finished coloring pages video. So yeah, I hope to see you guys soon. I hope that I can start making videos again in about 2 or 3 weeks. And until then, you know, be safe and have fun coloring. And I see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.